Why is that though? Why do you feel like in the black community it's black people are the most to butt heads to beef as far as men and women are considered?
I mean, so we have to be fair, right? Systemically speaking, a lot of things target the black community. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
We also have to give, we also have to acknowledge that we are also the least educated, right? And when I say least educated, I'm talking about what we're being educated on.
Absolutely.
Right? So when it comes to education, family is not at the top priority of our education. Morals, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that govern a community so that we can move sustainably. We don't have that. We're not being taught that. We're not being taught the importance of culture, of family, of the importance of our women, the importance of our men. We're not being taught that. That's
right.
Remember, the first teacher is the mom. The first teacher in a home is the mom and the dad. That's your first teacher.
Of course, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you rip a lot of that foundation from us, where you can trace that back to history, right? So if you're tearing families apart, and we don't even know who we are, we don't even know where our lineage comes from. Cultural pride is one of the first things that gives you the confidence to say, I am who I am.
Of course.
The Asian community are proud to be Asians because they understand their lineage.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
They're very proud of their ancestors because they understand, they can speak on it, they can point to it, they can give you historical background on it. We can't do that. Most of us can't do that. There's a very few of us that really dig for the information. It's not easily attainable. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's a lot of us that's attaining information that's been messed with. So we're not even getting the proper information.
Right.
So, we can go on all day about that, but there's a lot of factors that interfere with that. And speaking from a man's standpoint, right? Black men have not been educated on why black women are so vital and important.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most black men are not looking at black women as the mother of the earth. Right? So out of the black woman gave rise to everyone. Most black men don't know that. So,
I wouldn't have thought about it like that, but that makes sense.
well, I'm just saying, right? We're not, because that was not ingrained into us.
Of course.
So now, when you look at things from a historical standpoint, proven science standpoint, now when you look at your mother, you look at her different. When you look at your sister, you look at her different. When you look at a black woman, you see her differently.
Right.
Right? So when you have those governing facts, there's certain things you're not going to do.
Right.
There's certain things you're not going to say because now there's a certain respect factor. I'm not going to cross that line because of, right? Black women are not looking at us in that directive because we're dogs. We're deadbeats. We don't raise our children. We're unintelligent. We don't provide. All of these things that cast aspersion on whether we're valuable or not. So our women, out of every culture, what culture talks as poorly about their men than our people, right? So we're both doing it to each other. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
I
got mad responses for you, but I need give Shy a minute to speak on it because I know she got a lot to say.
Well, I'm definitely going to piggyback on everything Martin said, but also you gotta give you gotta look at it as if from our oppressors.
Of course.
We in ancestral history were pitted against each other. You know what I mean? They used to put us in rings and pay to watch another brown and brown person fight to the death till they kill. Had the slaves fight to the death. That's picking us against each other. Even in the household, you had, the high yellow Negro, and then you had the darker Negro in the fields. But where was the high yellow in the house?
Yeah.
Cater, she was mating to the man in the house, the master in the house,
right.
and to the missus in the house. So a lot of that, is systematic as well. Why the black men are not in our homes now, because and why we are the most abusive to our own, because that was taught to us.
Right, conditioning.
It's a condition. And a lot of times when it gets to the point where it's conditional, it's hard to break something that's already been programmed.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Before we, I don't mean to cut you off, but before we move to the next topic, I got a question for y'all. How would y'all respond to the ignorant white person? Because I feel like I hear it all the time. That said that was 400 years ago. Get over it. It's not. That's not what's happening now. Blah 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 blah. Like.
But it is. Just because we're not in physical captivity, we're very much still mentally in captivity. We are very much still. What I mean by mental captivity is physically we don't have the chains on us. Mentally we do have the chains still on us, for the simple fact is the impression that we still experience to this day, which it could be from your job, it can be from the home setting, it can be from, you can have the same and what I mean, you saying break it down, you can have the same qualifications as someone coming from the same college as you, having the same grade point average as you, and y'all both go for the same job. Who you think gonna get it? You're not gonna get it, even though you have even though you have that same qualification.
Right.
And I always use this example. When I was doing my internship, I was the only African American in that internship, in that organization.
Right.
Through Coordinated Children's Services, which was a county job. I was the only woman of color in that position.
Right.
The only woman sitting at the table. You feel what I'm saying? So for that speaks volumes.
Of course.
And 9 times out of 10, it becomes there's biases on testing when for African Americans. So like Martin said, a lot of the times we're not educated enough. We have fears. We have testing fears. We have anxiety. And then a lot of these tests are not written with us in mind, so they're biased. You know what I mean? And why do people have to take tests anyway to get a position as a job? So there's all type of factors on why we are still in captivity. We don't have the ability to speak how we really feel without someone being sensitive over it.
Yep.
If it comes from me, it's different than if it came from a Karen.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's a your mind is captivated, because even though I say this,
Right.
I can't express it,
Right.
because someone's going to feel a ways about it.
Or you have to fight to get it.
Or you have to fight. And I also say this. I feel like every day I have to fight to prove. Like when I was in school, I graduated cum laude, 4.0. My whole 6 years in school. You feel what I'm saying? My whole 6 years in school.
Sheesh.
But I always felt like I have to work harder.
Yep.
I have to sit up at night 3-4 in the morning when I got class at 7:30. I have to get this A on this paper. I always felt like I had to prove myself smart, because I was looked at as, I was a troublemaker, I was aggressive, if I spoke my mind, I was this angry black woman. I had the angry black woman syndrome because I was expressing how I felt and how something made me feel. So I feel like we always got to work harder to prove that we're worthy, and that's a captivity.
Right.
Because we're not free.
From young too.
From young, yeah. We're not free.
Yeah.
We're just free from physical confinement.
Right.
But we're not free until we are able.
Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out these videos where we talk more about music, dating, and real life situations. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure you check out these videos and make sure you subscribe. Peace.